What's up, y'all? All right, so since the last video came out great without uh, me actually having to get dressed and do my hair and put on makeup, I figured I'd try to get caught up. So, this episode of Hollywood Divas starts off at Malika's house. And she's sick, so she's waiting. First of all, she's reading a book called How to Be Black. All right, I see your work, girl. I hope it teaches you something. Anywho, she's waiting for Golden and Lisa to show up because she wants to hear about what happened at the comedy show. So they come in and they're telling her, oh yeah, this you don't really wish for your friend to ever be sick, but at least it got you out of having to watch this $2 comedy show. So she's trying to go in on Carmen, the comedian. And then she's like, well, you should hear what she said about you. She said, oh, the other girl that's not here, Malika, me and her have something in common. We both have DUIs. And Malika fell out laughing. She thought it was funny. She was like, okay, but we do both have DUIs. Yeah, see? Maya, golden punk ass, all of her feelings, like nobody could fucking make no fucking fun of her. Oh, they should have went in on her. She's the top motherfucking dog. I would have dragged that bitch, drag her, and I don't even care that I'm calling her a bitch. And y'all know I usually don't. I be trying to take it back when I realize I'm doing it. But anyway, I do not care for Golden, so yeah. And she was like, oh, and she what else did she say? Oh, and that you were Khloe Kardashian's shadow. She was like, oh, well, that's original. And she's still laughing. Like, she is not taking any of that shit personal. She was like, it's a comedy show. Like, why did y'all go if y'all gonna be in y'all feelings and acting like this is real life, like something really bad fucking happened to you? Like, whatever. And they're like, okay, well, whatever happened with Countess, Lisa thought that Countess was mad at the comedian, but when she got downstairs, she found out that Countess was in fact mad at Golden. So something that I hadn't seen, well, I did see where she was like, look, I want to work with you, Paula, with this video. And Golden is like, ugh, what are y'all talking about? What are y'all doing? What? So I don't know if she just felt like that was too snarky. And apparently she gave her some sort of look and or said something at around the same time that this woman walked up that really pissed her off. She wasn't feeling the comedian either, though. She definitely said that. And yeah, but she she walked out and she said she would do she said she'd gangbang on that bitch. She's so damn stupid. But yeah, so Lisa's like, yeah, well, apparently Golden did something that pissed her off. And she's like, no, she's using her situations as excuses so she could be the puppet master and control all of us and our emotions. So she wasn't really mad at me. She was really mad at the comedian because the comedian says something about her wig, and then the comedian is up there with a body that she wished she had, and blah blah blah. So now she going in, so she sneak, trying to act concerned or whatever, but then not really trying to blame her, like all her shit is fake. I mean, her father has been sick for a long time. She just keeps on using that to her advantage. And Lisa's like, I think you're definitely wrong. Like that's wrong. And Golden says to her, I know you Chinese, but open up your eyes. She is a bitch, y'all. Oh, I do not care for her to know anything about her actual personality or life. If I knew she was like that when I saw her, I would have spit in her food and walked away. Let me stop. But yeah, she's too much. So Lisa goes on to say that her mom has cancer, so she definitely gets it, and people get emotional, and She doesn't think that Countess is trying to play no puppet master and do all of this shit that Golden's trying to do. What it is, she's calling it Golden's tough love thing, but I'm just saying that Golden is an asshole, and whenever she's not the center of attention, she has to attack anybody that's getting the attention for getting it, and making fun of whatever the reason is that they may have gotten attention that she felt like should have been directed more towards her. So yeah, she's basically just an attempt to seek and destroy type of motherfucker, who once again I do not fucking care for. Malika basically mentions how after Golden feel like she is finished going in, that they had always warned her about Paula, but Paula she really liked. They probably should have warned her about Countess, because everybody seems to have a problem with Countess right now. But actually no, it's just you and Golden. But everybody has a problem with Golden except for Lisa. Golden's too much. Oh, and I guess Malika does not have a problem with her. So they're like, well, she's more, passive aggressive or whatever. And yeah, I already said that Countess been being a little extra with it, a little stank, putting a lot of extra stank on Malika. But still, I don't see her as being a bad person. Plus, she be cracking me up. So Countess invites Lisa to her little dance rehearsal or something or other that she wants her to be a part of, because she no longer wants, what's her name, to she don't want Paula to direct her video no more. So she like, no, after the stuff that I went through with them the last time I saw them, with her husband calling my sister dude or bro, no, that was disrespectful. I still find it very hard to believe that she's really glossing over the fact that her friend was so disrespectful. So I don't know, I don't feel like people have to be respectful to you when you being not so respectful. I mean, maybe if she was playing, but I don't know if she was playing. So it's too much as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, talking to that woman, to that man while he's sitting there with his wife, asking them if their relationship is happy, talking about eating her husband's hot dog. How the fuck is your friend respectful? And you can't work with them. I'm surprised they didn't say they couldn't work with you, because you did not attempt to even check your friend like that was normal shit that happened. But it's not. So they're dancing and twerking, and Lisa's like, oh, so this is for your video? And she's like, yeah, I just really wanted you to see it because I wanted to ask you to direct my video, please, because I don't want Paula and Forrest anymore. So her and Savannah go on to lie to Lisa and say, oh, well, her husband he was very disrespectful, calling me brother and all of that. And Lisa's like, well, why did he call you brother? Instead of saying the reason, like, oh, he had like sausages on his plate and his sausage was breaking, and I was talking about, eating his sausage off the plate, and she thought that I was talking about, him and his sausage. Like, no, honey, nobody don't want your sausage. Yes, you do, you ugly bitch. You want that motherfucking sausage, and you wasn't talking about shit on his motherfucking plate. He didn't have no damn sausage, and you was trying to make a dick joke about a hot dog, and then try to act like you were so clear and innocent. And I don't believe Countess is even going along with this bullshit. So now everybody like, oh my god, you can't even have meat. Lisa's like, I can't eat meat around this guy now, so what, I have to be a vegetarian? Like, she always thinks somebody wants her man. That may be true, and I can dig it and I can believe that, but at the same time, this is not one of those occasions where she was tripping. So no, you don't get to get that one off, bitches. Then Lisa tells Countess that well, they got mad about something about Golden. Oh, the word fired. Like, yes. Lisa's like, so I'm gonna be doing this, so Paula's fired? And she's like, I fired. You're fired. Countess was like, yeah, like Donald Trump style. It's like, we don't have to babysit Golden, so I guess Golden doesn't like the word fired. It's like, yes. Lisa's like, well, Golden said that she was writing a treatment for you. And Countess is like, well, I had no knowledge of that, and that bitch act funny too, so I ain't got shit to say to her. And Lisa's like, well, she said that she thinks that you like to play the victim. And she was like, fuck her. She was like, well, I told her that I didn't think you try to play the victim, that you just hold things in until they explode and all this and all that. And then Countess is like, you know what? When I see that bitch, I'm going to fuck off because, you know what? She always make a little digs at me. Oh, don't eat too much of this. But actually, when she did say that, because I was like, why would she say that to her? That's so ignorant. But she really was eating too much of them motherfucking french fries. Matter of fact, everything except for that day when she said she was going to eat a salad, but I didn't see Countess actually eat no salad. I've never seen her eat anything but fried fast food. Never. Okay, so I don't know exactly how healthy she's being. So I don't know if Golden is being genuine or whatever, but she did ask her to be in a bathing suit. And then you sitting there eating fried chicken and french fries, which everybody was going to be eating it, but nobody was eating it at that time. And Countess was going in. But Golden does need to mind her business. I'm just going to call her Maya for the rest of her life. But then, yeah, Countess was like, all them little digs and talk about my weight and trying to sneak them in. Like, I'm so sick of that shit. I've been biting my tongue for 2 years. And Lisa's like, see, that's the thing. You should have nipped it in the bud at the beginning. She's like, I did nip it in the bud. Well, I said stuff about it, but I can't fucking go through that shit every day. Every day. You did this. You said this. You hurt my feelings. She was like, I hate that shit about y'all. So Lisa's like, damn, I done got her all mad. I wish I shouldn't have just never said nothing. Paula and Forrest went to go meet Dana Dane, even with a little sort of British accent. I guess he's Jamaican, like Slick Rick, and they got those sort of English accent type things going on. Well, apparently she knows him from the past, so she asked him to meet her somewhere so she could let him hear her song, her little rap song. What is it? My clit, I think it's called. So yeah, he like, yeah, well, let me hear it, because I'm gonna let you know. She was like, well, shit, men could talk about their dicks, their balls, cum splashing on the walls and all kind of whatever. But the second a woman, what does she say, mentions the ill nana, girl, you were so old school. Anyway, she was like, people act like she talked about something dirty. First of all, talking about dicks and cum and balls and vag juice and all kind of stuff is nasty, first off. Yeah. So that's why people act like that. They should also act like that when men be talking about it, because it's gross. Okay? It's gross. But, yeah. She lets him listen to it, and he listened. He was like, girl, you crazy, you wild. So he acting like it's good until she say she gonna try to put it on iTunes. He like, wait, hold up. You for real? I thought it was like your hobby. I did not know you were being serious. About being serious, then yeah, no. You're gonna have to do something else. He was like, it's nowhere near, ready for anything other than hobby. So I'm not sure if he was saying that she needed to work on it more, it needed more production value, or if he didn't like the song. But then he went on to say that he liked her flow, like she flows nice. So I guess maybe he does like the lyrics in the song, or the words, or the way she raps. And I don't know if he was telling her to start from the beginning, from scratch, or I don't know what the hell he was really telling her. He seemed pretty vague, and he was like, but no, this is good for, like, as a hobbyist, that's great. You flowing nice. So she took that to me. She was like, see, I'm so happy I let him listen to it, because he's saying, that he believes that I do belong in this rap game. She was like, okay. So he didn't say it the way that I'm saying it, but he said it in a different way. Y'all gotta read between the lines. Girl, ain't no line to read between. He was like, but whatever. She's still feeling oddly very optimistic about her rapping career. So more power to you, Paula. Then some chick named Tori Hart comes to Golden's house, and she is apparently Kevin Hart's ex-wife. Golden is talking to her, I guess, about her interior design thing or whatever is on the pillow. And she was like, oh my God, is that you? She's like, no, that's not me. You should claim it though, girl. So she was like, yeah, well, about my business, it's really hard being an entrepreneur, especially when you are trying to put so much focus in on your career. She was like, I focus on my career. I put everything into my career. And it just gets so hard and so tiring and blah, blah, blah. So, old girl is telling her, well, she was like, I put all of my energy. So she congratulates her on getting whatever show that is, the really big show or whatever. And she's like, yes, I put everything into that audition. You know, all of my energy, even my sexual energy. Yes, honey, that's right. I put my sexual energy in too because there's nothing going on over here. I am dry as the Sahara, but that's okay. So then old girl Tori tells her that it's okay for that to be happening right now. She's talking about like when they broke up, when she broke up with Kevin Hart, how hard it was because first off, she apparently does not believe in divorce. She thought they were a power couple. Everything was going to work out. They were going to be so great because Golden was talking about she was looking for a guy that was just going to be like, go out there and do this and be great and, you know, all of this super extra supportive husband, which is also the same thing that I always wish for. But the Ms. Hart is telling her, I'm sorry, the ex Miss Hart is telling her, girl, that is a fantasy. That's not how things work. That's not how men work. She was like, so when me and Kevin didn't work out, you try to, you know, sit and heal your wounds. But she was like, I'm hearing about him everywhere. He's on the radio. He's on billboards. He's on buses. He's everywhere that I go. She said, and even on a navigation system. So she turned on the GPS and Kevin Hart fucking voice is there. And she was like, I can't escape it. She said, but yeah, you do get over that sort of stuff. And her and, what is his name? Is it DB? Whatever. You guys will get there at some point. And then Golden's like, oh, please don't make me cry right now. You know, I just needed him to be this or that and blah, blah, blah and whatever. And she like, you know what, just focus on your career for right now. So Golden goes on to say that at some point he told her, you know what, I can't, I'm not man enough for you. And she was like, I mean, what do you say to that? Like, should I just become this shell of a woman to make this guy feel like his dick is big, you know, like he's you know, the head cock around or whatever? I was like, he was probably being facetious. He was probably calling you an emasculating bitch, so that he can't be enough man for you because you act like you're the man, because you're bossy, because you got this whole raggedy ass tough love thing, because you talk real slick, like you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, and that nobody ain't supposed to just bust your ass. So, yeah. Perhaps his inability to be your ass mat is really him saying, fuck you, and I don't want to be bothered with trying to be enough man for you, because, you know, it is a never-ending job, because you are quite snippy, very harsh to be around, not at all pleasant. I couldn't imagine that anybody could be married to you and live in the same house with all of the shit talking and the nitpicking. Girl. So, whatever. She played victim like she's always accusing everybody else of being. I'm not saying that I know what happened or that it was her fault, but just her being a bitch make you feel like it's her fault, right? Then Golden goes to meet with her business partner, the chick that she's supposed to be having that bathing suit fashion show with. And they are modeling these two ultra super duper skinny girls, a white one and a black one, for the fashion show. And she's telling the girl, like, oh, well, these sizes are good, you know, for the regular people in the show. But for my friends who are going to be there, they're going to need other sizes. And I want them to look good and all of this. And she's especially worried about Countess. She doesn't want to make her feel any type of way about her size, so she wants to be sensitive to what it is that Countess would like. She doesn't know, you know, she doesn't want to make her feel like she's making fun of her in any way. So the girl was like, no, well, for her, I would, I want her to feel beautiful like everybody else. So I would give her, a one piece. She was like, but what if she want to wear a two piece though? She was like, oh, well, she want to wear a two piece. She was like, well, I'm not just going to have her no teeny tiny little two piece. It would be her own size. Like, I'm not going to give her a size 2 because then she'd be mad and think I'm trying to make fun of her. She's like, no, I'm going to give her something that is going to be complimentary to her to make her feel good and look good. Because Maya's like, I mean, golden. I got to stop calling this girl Maya. She's like, yeah, because I can't be, I have a reputation, and I'm putting my name on this. I can't have nobody walking down the runway with the muffin top hanging over the top of the edge of the bathing suit, because no, that's not going to work. So the girl is like, yeah, I'm going to say this to her, and if she's still mad after I'm trying to be so positive with her, then I don't know what else to say. Then Lisa Wu meets up with her business partner, and they're scouting places to do Countess's video. And she invites Paula because Paula has not been fired yet and has no idea that she is not on the job. And Countess refuses to tell her, so Lisa has to do Countess's job for her. So Paula shows up, and Lisa lets her know that Countess no longer wants her on the project. And she's like, wow, did I really get fired? And she's like, well, basically the situation that happened was this woman was being very, Savannah was being very disrespectful, so disrespectful to the point where I had to literally stop and say, this is my husband. I had to work long to get him. And she said, how long? She was like, no, she didn't. Yes, she did. Okay, well, here's the thing. I don't think she didn't say how long, but she did say something that was still equally disrespectful. Yeah, how long y'all been in a relationship, or what was the shit that she said? Whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, equally disrespectful. And everything that Savannah was doing was being disrespectful, trying to act cute and blah, 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 because, everybody got to be PC and people can't tell you that you are ugly as fuck. But, bitch, I can tell you, because, so, she was like, and then she starts talking about a sausage, and then Lisa's like, well, are you sure you're not taking that out of context? Because that's what motherfucking, Countess and Savannah made it seem like. And she was like, no, and I agree. First of all, if y'all agree with me, let me know in the comments. If you think that Savannah was just playing and only talking about a sausage after the other shit she said before she even said that dumb shit, let me know that you believe that, and then tell me why, because I don't get that. So no, I do not think she took it out of context. That bitch was talking about his sausage and trying to make it a joke because he actually had a sausage on the plate. But the things that she said leading up to that let me know in my mind that she was trying to get with Paula's man, and Paula did in fact have to let that bitch know, this is my husband. Like, oh, is he? Yeah, well, I thought you were the director. Then you're going to try to get salty with him for knowing that now he's attached to this girl. You thought you was going to come up there with your big horse ass face and fucking flirt with them nappy ass sideburns. But no, Savannah, it doesn't go down like that. So Paula basically said that she's really hurt, first off, because Countess didn't ever see her point of view. She thinks that that Paula and Forrest did something so disrespectful and so wrong to Savannah, but she sees no wrong that was done to them by Savannah. She totally glossed over everything Savannah did and acted like Savannah, like she didn't deserve what she got for the shit that she was doing. And yeah, I think she should be hurt by that, because that's some bullshit. I'm about to call her Kim, Countess. I gotta stop watching these shows because I can't remember people's real name. The real show, the sitcoms. I'll be like Kim and Maya. Yeah. So they're still on all of that. And then she was like, well, damn, she could at least fire me to my face. She gonna fire me through Lisa? She was like, at least even that other little dancer motherfucker or whatever the hell, she took him to the chicken spot and fired him. I couldn't get no chicken. She could have fried me some chicken before she You sound hungry as hell. That's what I'm talking about. Make me some food before you fire me. Let a bitch eat on the way home while she feeling sad thinking about the money she lost. But she already said Countess wasn't gonna pay her anyway, so I don't know if it's a big deal. But yeah. She's like, no. That motherfucker was talking about my husband's sausage. And of course, that is not a natural conversation to have with nobody. If you wanted sausages, you should have ordered sausages. And what person asks someone's husband for food off of their plate? Okay? Male or female. So even if you don't believe in transgenders or you still think it's a man or woman, a married man is there with his wife. Who asked to eat off of his plate? A sausage, no less. These motherfuckers tried me. Yeah. Paula is right all day long about this situation. Okay, and then we get to Paula's work with her vocal coach, because she landed something called Ray Donovan. I just checked it out on IMDb. It's apparently a show that I've never heard of before. Okay, but anywho, she's on there and she is some sort of a singer, I guess, so she has to sing. So she's doing these weird ass exercises that are just kind of like weird screaming and just odd sounds. And Golden comes in. So apparently she has invited Golden because she loves Golden, because she thinks that her and Golden are one and the same, and she would like to talk to her. So after Golden does her usual shadiness of making fun of Paula for her voice, her speech, singing lesson or whatever, they sit down and they talk, and she's telling her that she booked Ray Donovan, but that she does not feel, completely confident about it. Golden is surprisingly pretty uplifting. And that's a good thing. So she's telling her all the good stuff you're supposed to say, like, no, you deserve this, you were good, this is an amazing opportunity, you waited your whole life for you to be able to work with somebody like John Voight, who, if you guys don't know, is Angelina Jolie's father. And yeah, like, you're finally getting all that you're due, and why do you not feel like you're worthy? And, all that sort of stuff. And she's like, I'm just nervous and second guessing myself. And she's like, you know what, it's for you, and you better go out there and you better work it and you better fucking do it. And she's like, you need to feel better about yourself just in general. You're a good mother, you're a good wife. Even though I can't really say nothing about that husband. She was like, well, she fucked up the whole flow of the whole sisterhood movement thing that she had going on. But she tried to bring it back down fast, but not fast enough, because, Paula was kind of over it. She was like, you know what, I can't win for fucking losing. She's like, she always got to find a way to bring my husband into it. And she was like, nope, okay, I stopped. I'm not going to say nothing. No, your husband, he is out of it. I'm not going to say, we're going to go back to, I diverted. I threw that over there. It's in the closet. It's in the door. I locked the door, and I took the key, and it's in my pocket, and I'm not going to talk about that anymore. So, yeah. So back to all the positivity, and she goes on to say other positive crap, and at the end, yeah, Paula wound up feeling a lot more, positive and sure of herself as a result of this conversation. So they get up and they hug, and Maya leaves. Oh Lord. Okay, so now the girls, Lisa and Malika, are at Golden's, I don't know if it's a fitting, whatever the hell, something to do with that same old bathing suit line. And Lisa's looking at this little young girl. She was like, they're cute, that's nice. But she's not really feeling it. And Golden's like, well, I'm going to have to warm her up to this because I really need her to walk in this. And she's like, I'm not walking nowhere having my booty cheeks out because I have 3 sons. And, she always says it, they're older. She don't want them being embarrassed. She don't want them fighting or blah, blah, blah. But their mother is cute. Lisa Wu is very cute, okay? And her body, I don't know. I've never seen it like in a bathing suit or like that, but it appears to be quite nice. So, She could chill with the modesty, but you know, if that's her thing, then she could be modest. It's whatever. But Golden is still trying to push her into the whole thing. So she's sitting there watching the girls walk. And then she's like, oh yeah, you know what? Let me tell y'all about what happened when I talked to Countess. So Lisa tells Golden that Countess feels like she picks on her. And she was like, no, I do not pick on her. Everything is her fault. And even Malika, who just met them and don't even, you know, got a little beef going on with Countess, still said, yes, you do pick on her. You might not know it. You might not pick up on it because you're such a bitch and you pick on every fucking body. But yes, you do fucking pick on the girl, and I've seen it too. And she's like, well, you know, she's holding things in and blah, blah, blah. And she'll just like go crazy and blurt something out at some point. You be like, oh my God, that's from like 2 years ago or like 2 weeks ago. So she doesn't address her anger when she's supposed to. And, you know, whatever. Just talking mad bullshit. But then she's like, she's always, you know, she's Lisa said, well, then I told her that you said that she plays the victim. And I probably shouldn't have said that because that's when she went berserk. She got really, really mad. Yes, so she went crazy. She's always going crazy and blah, blah, blah. And they started talking about the whole thing with Malika, what she had said. And she was like, well, I think that if... She was like, well, after she told her that Golden says that she plays the victim, she was like, fuck Golden. And she was like, what did she say? Like, she said fuck her. Like, wow, I don't believe she said that. Like, are you really that mad? Like, yeah, she's that fucking mad. She's already having an argument and talking shit about people and just in her feelings anyway. And to bring up some bitch just saying some out of the way type shit is gonna make you mad. So, yeah, she said it. And then Malika's like, well, you know what? If she really had something to say to Golden, she should say it to her face, not to somebody else. So I don't know if she even really feels that way. So Malika feels some type of way about her. You know, she tells other people when she's upset instead of the person. So yeah, she's not really beat about it, but of course Golden is, and she's all, oh no, you know what? I don't have to tippy-toe around her and all of this and all of that because she is like, and they're like, well, she is, you know, she's a sensitive person and you are not, you know, whatever. And, you know, needless to say, just Golden ass is so high and mighty and acting above everybody that she don't even fucking get what the fuck is going on. But then, like I said, Malika did bring up that Countess didn't talk to her and that she did say something to her about it. And she was like, well, but then Lisa was like, no, I talked to her about that too. And she said she wasn't even really caring about it like that. And Malika was like, yes, she was. The way that she flipped out and kind of went off on me let me know that she absolutely did care about that situation. And yeah, I already told y'all that Countess was fronting about that shit because she was mad. She did have attitude. She was shading that girl. But Maya deserves her shade. So she's trying to like, well, she's trying to be shady to me when she holding all that shit in. I don't need no palm trees. Just let what you're saying come out of your mouth. And while they're talking all of that shit, Countess walks in and Malika's like, oh my God, the pink elephant is in the room. So they're like, oh, the topic of the conversation is here. And it is awkward as hell. So Countess clearly knows that they were talking about her. So she just starts off like, look, my father, he was sick. Yeah. Because Golden is like, how's your dad? He was sick and I've been on edge. And, you know, that whole thing with the comedian was, it was out of control. And I was upset. And, you know, Malika's like, yeah, you were definitely on edge already. And everything got you know, thrown out of proportion. But she was like, but then, you know, I'm hearing things where you're saying that I'm trying to be like a victim. And Golden is like, well, I do feel like you're a victim. And I'm like, well, what does a victim mean? Okay. Victim means that someone is doing something to the person, right? So you have to be the victim of, you know, a slight, of a crime, or, you know, something like that. So if you are the one, you just feel like she playing the victim because apparently you like to fucking attack her. And then you don't like people to feel like it's mean. You want people to agree that it's okay for you to treat other people badly And when they think that it's fucked up, you be like, oh, she's making them feel fucked up. No, you're making them feel fucked up. You're such a bitch. But anyway, she's like, no, you're holding things inside. Like, you saying that I take jabs at you, and then Lisa's like, yes, Countess, don't take it back. You did say that she picks at you, she jabs at you, and she was like, she does. She's like, name the jab. She was like, oh, don't eat no more chicken. She was like, oh, girl, I was just saying it. I say that, and Lisa's like, she said that to me too. She was like, we were on the plane, and you were like, don't eat that steak. What about that steak? She was like, what do you mean, like a year ago? She was like, look, I'm pointing out the times that you have taken jabs at me. So it doesn't matter when the fuck it was. You were constantly fucking doing shit. And she's like, well, since you had liposuction and surgery, I just don't want you to fall back into the same eating habits as before. So, I'm trying to help you, but you don't really see it like that. She was like, and you know what? If it was taken in the wrong way, then I truly, definitely apologize for that. So, yeah, has she ever apologized before? Okay, so she apologized for trying to police Countess's plate and food and meals all the time. Because Countess is like, look, I'm on a real diet, okay? And I watch what I'm eating like all the damn time. So when I come and hang out with y'all, that's my downtime for me to cheat, for me to sneak and eat some stuff that I don't normally eat. And I don't need you all up on me, sweating me, trying to make me feel like I am unable to understand food and when I want to eat and all of that kind of shit. As soon as Golden finally apologizes, Malika's like, that is it. That is all that she needed to hear. Like, that you acknowledge that you've done something wrong and you make an effort to say that you are sorry, which means that you'll be more, you'll notice it more in the future when you do it. But still, Golden is like, well, if you have a problem with me, do not let it sit. Do not let it fester. Just say it. Just let it come out or whatever. And Countess is just like, how many times does somebody want to do that? Like in life, like in a relationship with somebody, girl. Like every day I gotta come and talk to you. Oh, you said something out of the way. You hurt my feelings. I think that you probably need to take some manners classes. What are they called? Those corny ass classes they take in the South. Yeah, Maya Golden needs to take some of those classes to learn what the fuck you can say and what you can't say, and what shit is ignorant and rude, which shit is some old bullshit that don't need to be fucking said. Because she is so extra. She seems as aloof as motherfucking Donald Trump as to the things that she's saying and how they are being perceived. Girl, get a motherfucking grip. So, Countess is like, okay, well, that's over. We feeling better about everything. This whole situation is good. It's gravy. So I won't hold shit in. And, it won't explode and all of this. But then they start making fun of Lisa and calling her, like she a troublemaker, she in the middle, a fire starter and all kind of shit. She started the fire burning, and they making her feel like she messy and she shady as hell for telling each of them what the other one said. But I believe in the spirit of what she was trying to do was to just try to get them to talk. But oftentimes people really do take that as shade. Like, you shouldn't have fucking said nothing or whatever. But nobody's really mad at her, but they're making fun of her a little bit, and I think it's making her feel a little bit bad. And she was like, well, shit, the way that they made this story seem, I come off seeming like I'm messy as hell. She was like, shit, am I the new Paula? Am I just making up stories? And that is the end of this episode. But whoa, tomorrow's the next week. I'm saying next week. I waited a damn week to even do the damn video, right? So I'm behind, yeah. But actually this video gets me caught up until tomorrow night, when hopefully I don't get too far behind, you know what I mean? So once again, this was another video without me dressed or having on makeup or doing my hair. But I'm still talking. I'm still letting y'all know what I saw, how I feel it, how I believe it to be. And I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. So if you do agree with me, then let me know down in the comments. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments. Oh, I didn't even really give a recap, but you know what? I'm starting to like Malika a lot more. And I really need everyone to step up their wig game. Everybody except for Lisa Wu. Okay? Okay? Everybody's wig is ridiculous. Oh no, what's her name's wig is very nice too. Malika, you know, she has a way of at least attempting to make it look like her actual hair. She's not just slapping it on and pretending that she don't know no other black people that know that that shit is wrong. So yeah, kudos to her and Lisa for giving a damn and not playing too many damn ghetto games. But the rest of y'all, get it together. So until the next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to watch my channel. While you're at it, swing by and check out my previous video.
If you don't get it, you understand how hard it is to take care of a baby, a little.
If you're into prettying yourself up and beautifying, go and check out my natural hair and beauty channel. I also have a fitness channel where I share free workouts if that's something that you've been looking for.